Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Des Naomi. So for today's video, I want to show you guys how I have achieved this look. This is now my go-to style, and it's what I like to call SZA hair. So you guys might have watched last year when I did the SZA hair challenge, which is me trying to achieve really long hair so that I could recreate SZA's looks. If you're familiar with SZA, you know she typically wears these really big, long, thick wigs that just look very wild and full and super curly, and I love that look. It's very similar to H.E.R.'s hair, the artist, but H.E.R.'s hair is more tamed and defined, like long, stretched out. SZA's is very thick and kinky and just wild and free. I have perfected the method so that it now lasts for a full 7 days. So you can do this on Sunday, do your wash routine on Sunday, and then wear the same style until the next Sunday, and then recreate it. So that is how I've created this, so I can wear it every single day. It's my go-to look. This is how I achieve SZA hair. The main thing to remember with this style is that it starts off very tame, very defined, closer to H.E.R.'s. So this is day one hair. I'm gonna put some day one hair up on the screen. It starts off very tame. By the end of the week, it gets fluffier and fluffier and fluffier until like by day 6, day 7, you get the full SZA. So keep that in mind as you're recreating the style. The way to do the style, first off, you wanna do your regular wash routine. Shampoo, condition, leave-in conditioner, whatever you do. When you're finished with your routine, make sure to leave some kind of cream or some kind of conditioner in. Whatever conditioner I'm using to detangle, I just leave that in. And then we're going to go into a blow dry. So you're gonna wanna blow dry your hair in tiny sections. I typically split my hair down the middle and then do 4 sections per each side. So it's gonna be a total of 8 sections. I'm gonna take one section of hair at a time, use a detangling brush, and then use my blow dryer and just blow dry as I'm pulling the detangling brush through the hair. Towards the end, I'm actually going to use the detangling brush just to hold my hair taut while I blow dry it, so it ends up being stretched. Now I do this style using a blow dryer on high heat. I know a lot of people are heat phobic, as I am, and don't want to use heat on their hair. I have been doing this style for literal months, doing it every single week for months, have not had any heat damage. I think the reason for this is that I'm not using one of those crazy like professional hair dryers that get up to like 450 in terms of degrees. My hair dryer is one of those cheap like CVS Walgreens hair stylers that you can get, cost like $20. It's nice quality, but it does not get that hot. So even when you're using it on high heat, it's not gonna be as hot as those professional dryers. So keep that in mind. For a while, I was using a wet to dry like brush. You've seen those brushes, the ones that you can just kind of comb through and it's gonna take your wet hair to a blown out, straightened out look. That one gave me good results and it did save time, but I was very scared because it got to a very high heat and it was going directly on the hair. So with the blow dryer, you have a little bit of distance. That air is not literally right here. So I stopped using that brush just because I was worried about the heat damage. I'll take the extra time to use the blow dryer to keep that from happening. So I just do a quick blow dry. Quick, usually takes about 30 minutes for my whole head. And then by the end, you should be looking kind of like a lion with just a blown out fro. Once you finish with that, you're gonna wanna choose your part that you're gonna wear. Choose wisely because you have to wear this part for the whole week. It's very hard once you choose the part to then change it once the hair has kind of set that way. So choose the part that you want for the whole week. There are a couple of different variations that I've tried. My main go-to is like a side part, and then you're gonna do 2 braids with flat twists at the top, and that gives you the style that you see here. You can also do the side part variation without having two braids at the top, so it'll just be, you'll brush this part down and only braid down the length. And that results in this look. It makes the hair very tame at the top and then curly at the bottom, which depends on your personal preference. I don't particularly like it because the whole point of doing this is to have really big hair. So taming it at the top kind of just defeats the purpose for me, but it's what you like. And another option is to do what I have right here, which is straight down the middle, flat twist on the top, braids down the bottom. Once you part your hair, you want to take some kind of curling cream or some kind of like twist pudding to put in your hair. Now, I recommend not using a gel. Use a cream because, once again, we want the hair to be light and fluffy. Gel weighs the hair down way too much, so use some kind of a cream. The one that I've been using is actually from Pink Lotion. You know the old Pink Lotion that like your mom used to use on your hair? They have updated their formula and I really love their curl pudding. So I'm actually gonna put a link in the description. Not affiliated, not sponsored, I just like it. So I'm gonna put it down there in case you guys wanna try it. But yeah, I've been using Pink Lotion's curl pudding. Use whatever kind of curl pudding you want. Keep in mind that you don't want it to be too heavy. Similar to the gel, but you don't want a cream that's too heavy because it's gonna have a lot of water in it and that's gonna revert your curls. So if it's too moisture heavy, too whipped, too dense, then your curls are not going to be dry and straightened out. They're going to kind of go back to a wet braid out look, which is not what we're going for. So try and find something light. You're going to take the tiniest bit of product. Like literally, if I'm doing two braids, I take a quarter sized amount, quarter, no bigger, for a whole braid section. So I take a quarter, put it on the top and the length, and then start braiding down. You're gonna braid your entire head down and then sleep on it for 8 hours. And when you wake up, take it down with some kind of oil. So I prefer to use coconut oil, but use just anything that you can put on your fingers because it's gonna help you keep from frizzing out your hair as you take it down. You achieve pretty much this. This is day one hair, and this is what it's gonna kind of look like when it starts. And then as the week goes on, it's gonna get bigger and bigger. So what you wanna do to maintain is actually to re-braid. The same braid that you did for the first night, do that every single night. I recommend not brushing through your hair. So if your hair looks like this at the end of the day, literally just go over it and start re-braiding it. Don't try and braid it out. That's not right. Don't try and brush it out. Don't try and tame the curls at all. Keep it fluffy like this and just re-braid. Use a little bit of pudding as well, or cream or whatever you're using as you're braiding, but don't brush it out. Then in the morning, your hair is going to be curled, but it's going to start getting bigger and bigger. So that is pretty much it for this style. It seems like there's a lot going on, but it's actually really simple. Once you figure out your part, the way you want to braid your hair down, the products you want to use, once you have all that trialed and errored out, it's really easy to keep this going and to maintain it. So let me know if you guys are going to try it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys next time.